Hey, my wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people. A pleasant Sunday afternoon to you. If you have not yet made Jesus Christ your personal Lord and Savior, please feel free to do so. He's the best being ever. Certainly, that would be the best decision you could ever make. All right, beautiful people. So, I am watching the different budgetary speeches debate for this 2020 at the ending of the 2024-2025 fiscal year, ringing in the 2025-2026 fiscal year. And I was beginning to listen to Julian Robinson's speech. I'm a that I kind of admire as a human being. He seems to be a focused man, a family man, which is very, very important to your whole character. You know, when they were showing his beautiful wife, and he spoke about his children and his father and his aunties, and he spoke about an auntie who is quite the vociferous one, and his other family members, and giving thanks to them for where he is. It's because he wants to see Jamaica to be a better place why he does what he does, and I believe him. Sometimes you can, Jamaicans have a saying, I don't really like it because it can be used in egregious ways, meaning Miss Spirit take you. But I know what they're saying in some sense. Jesus sort of posited that, when he saw the scribes and the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He said, you are whitewashed sepulchres. You're like tombs, graves. His spirit and theirs could not connect because light and darkness cannot mix. Oil and water cannot mix. Evil spirit and good spirit, they cannot mix. So there is a difference. And people with an evil spirit will not, their spirit cannot take the good spirit. And similarly, the good spirit cannot take the evil spirit. Oftentimes people cannot distinguish between the two. So somebody may have a good spirit and you think it is an evil spirit, and the one who has the evil spirit, you think it is a good spirit. So you have to be careful of that terminology. But it's a man that, and this is not a political ploy, because there are people on the Jamaica Labour Party that I admire greatly. For me, one of the greatest prime ministers was Bruce Golding. That is my perception, and quite a number of Jamaicans feel that way on both sides. I'm telling you, both PNP and GLP. I kid you not. So Bruce Golding was one of the greatest prime ministers of Jamaica. I'm sorry that his tenure was short. But I wanted to outline something that a number of people fail to realize that I've always been outlining, because they think it is just, some of this is just a game. And sometimes people come with their silly, emotionally unintelligent comments. Oh, you are, every minute, when I say every minute, it's just a manner of speaking. They'll accuse me of being GLP, then they'll accuse me of being PNP. Make up your mind. You have to put me somewhere, man. Make up your mind as to where I stand. You'll not know. All right. So Julian Robinson on Thursday served notice that the opposition People's National Party, PNP, intends to pursue an inclusive growth agenda if it is elected to office at the next general election. The PNP's mission from day one, when we form the next government, this is him now, is growth. Not just any growth, but a deliberate, inclusive, and sustainable expansion that reaches every corner of Jamaica. Growth that transforms our economy by moving beyond low-wage jobs to high-value industries. So even though the unemployment rate may be down to 4% or below, I'm not sure of the exact figure presently. I keep saying that yes, you may have low unemployment, but what you're having is quite a number of people in the low tier jobs, not the mid tier, high tier. So it will not boost the economy. They will always have to have high investors coming in. It cannot boost an economy. It's almost like you're saying you're going to save, well, and we want to use this as a jab at thing there, but when you mentioned about the $2,000 per month, which I feel personally, it may be a slip. It was something that I think she was thinking of something else and it came off the wrong way, and that after 3 years, it can be a down payment to a pro box. Even if a pro box costs $1 million, even if it is a little under, that would not be, it would be foolhardy to wait 3 years to get under 100,000, less than even 10% of $1 million. You know what I mean? So what I'm simply saying to you is that if you have jobs where people are paid minimal amount or a minimum amount of, let us say, maybe 100,000 over any given month or less, it cannot boost and grow an economy. So we cannot continue to just say, oh, people are unemployed. Yes, it's good to have maybe a quarter bread and zero bread, but you cannot, after a while, gas are going to take you up same way, and you're going to slowly develop other illnesses because you need a full bread. It's like taking medication. You have to take the full dosage. You can't say you're going to take a half. It might slow it down a little bit, but after a while, the little dosage will not work. It's going to wane. It's not going to have the effect that you desire for it to have. So it says high value industries fostering innovation and driving value added exports. Robinson, the opposition spokesman on finance, planning and public sector, declared in his contribution in the 2025-2026 budget debate in Parliament. So it's actually that. This means creating better paying jobs, improving infrastructure, and empowering local businesses to compete on the global stage. Our focus is on growth that doesn't inflate numbers but improves lives, lifts families out of poverty. You cannot say you're lifting families out of poverty out of a 20. How much is the minimum wage? $25,000 per week. A former minister of this present government stated years ago, before we dreamt of COVID, that anyone earning, at the time the yearly amount was like 6 million or 6 point something million, so it would have worked out to about $500,000. I never forgot it. I heard him with my own 2 ears, and I like that minister, to be honest with you. So I don't want you to think it's somebody that I may not like his or her ways, and I don't know them personally to say I like, stated that anyone earning under 500,000 or 500,000, sorry, never said under 500,000. He quoted the yearly amount, so when he worked it out, it was about $500,000 monthly. They're barely scraping. So if back in that time, they're barely scraping with $500,000 per month, and in this 2020 year, people are still earning less than that. What is happening? They've decayed. They're rotten. They're not just rotting. There's no hope for resurrection, it seems, on the basis of that analogy. So it lifts families out of poverty and creates opportunities for all Jamaicans, regardless of background. So whether they come from downtown, roundtown, middletown, or uptown, once you have the different capabilities, skills, talents, educational attainment, you should be able to rise yourself out of poverty with good salaries and good benefits. He said that while certain aspects of the government's proposed budget are commendable, they fall short of addressing the deep-rooted struggles faced by a majority of Jamaicans. I keep saying it. Fitch and Moody give them a pass for managing the economy well, but why are people don't have any money in their pockets? They still do not have monies in their pockets. Something is off, and it cannot just be on bad management. It cannot be. I remember somebody was speaking to me about the housing prices, predominantly like in the Kingston metropolitan area or Upper St. Andrew. And they were saying to me, and they're in the developing, they say it's not that the houses are really expensive, and it's just that people don't earn enough to matriculate, to meet up to paying for these houses. So it's going to seem expensive. It is really not. Because if they're to make comparison with people in the United States, you hear the similar figures when you hear the $30 million houses, the $100 million, it's similar. Or even, and their dollar is stronger, so you can't just imagine. So it's not a matter of that. The necessary transformation will require strategic investment in critical sectors such as education, entrepreneurship, energy and productivity, civil service, I would say as well, Robinson adding that the PNP is committed to an approach that combines fiscal responsibility with innovative and bold leadership to break free from the cycle of low growth that has limited Jamaica's potential. Our people deserve better, which we do. And it's time for a change that will empower them to thrive. He says, we are ready to lead and drive this transformation for the betterment of our nation. The country is not doing well individually, and for every big thing is a sum of small things. For every big thing that you see, it's a sum of small things. So we can't say that the people, the country is doing well, but most people are not feeling it. That dichotomy, I cannot see through. I cannot see through it at all. So we all better make our calling and election sure, because let me tell you, we people cannot continue on this path. We need better paying jobs. public sector workers especially. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions. Thank you.